You're tuned into Raw Brilliance with Mansa J. We got a live one for y'all today.
Yeah. Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry, but I guess you know now.
What's up, bro?
Baby.
Hey.
She took the whole thing, slow down.
Okay.
Baby.
Trip, now we on your block and it's like a ghost town.
All right.
Baby.
Yeah.
Where did these niggas be at when they say they doing all this and all that?
Hey.
Tired of beefing you bums, you can't.
All right, cut the beat,
Cut it off. It costs too much if we try charges or something. It costs too much. Relax.
What's going on, Mansa?
What's going on, my brother? What's good?
Another week in the books. How you doing, baby?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Blessed. I can't complain. How about yourself, my boy?
Man, bro, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
It's just a lot of stuff that's been on. Man, it's just like, here's the thing. I might talk about this later on in the show, not in the show, but later on in life. But it's just like, I felt like I evolved in a day. And it's just like, yeah, well, just say overall, I evolved in a day, but, well, let's say this, I overall over time, but in a day when a man is faced with a situation, that is the perfect example, like how he reacts into that whole situation. It shows that evolution of a guy. So I'm saying, and a guy, in a sense, when, I'm a boy, I could say, oh, I did this, I did that, I'm going to take the easier route. And then, this route, I did. I would say I was actually a man in this. I had to open up, I had to be vulnerable, and I had to be real. Because, I'm not going to lie, I was being an ain't shit nigga. But you know what? I feel like right now I'm in a straight and narrow path. Hey, and you know what? I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna make this as a narrative for all men. Like, moving forward, I will say like this: there's no such thing as like bitch assness. It's only way is it's like you work. I'm gonna find a really effective way to say this, but when I do it, I'm gonna bring it back. So I'm gonna say, all the shit I went through. I feel like I evolved, and it's more evolution to come throughout the day. So
I feel
when I'm ready to go ahead and speak my truth, y'all be the first to know.
I feel that. I respect that. And on that note, people, welcome back to another episode of Raw Brilliance. I am your boy Mansa, here with my partner.
This is Ronny Marcel in the house. Don't count him out. I'm just here telling everybody my truth and being my crazy ass self. Can't complain, but I'm here and doing the same. I should be a rapper, man. I ain't gonna lie. No, I just threw a couple bars. I threw a couple bars at you.
Bars? Drop the beat and say something to the people.
It ain't for free, so I can't do this shit. Like,
it ain't for free.
Drop a check first, and I got you.
Damn, I got about $25 about it. If you can do something for the 25, fam, spit about a hot 3 bars for me.
Price went up. Price went up. You already got those 2 bars as an exclusive. That's something y'all could go ahead and record. Go ahead and marinate on that, and let me go ahead and flourish.
You just decided that you might rap or you should be a rapper, and the check already went up. Oh boy, your bag gonna be crazy when you make it to the.
That's how you know you the shit. That's how you know you the shit. You start and you finish. You start when you at your greatest. You peak and then you leave them hanging. So when they want you to come back, they like, yo, come back. Have you seen? Have you seen? What was that? Not Cole, but Kendrick. That nigga dropped album. When the last time you heard Kendrick?
Bro, but that's a science though. Actually, you You bullshit, but that's a son. Jay-Z did that
I ain't
shit.
bullshitting, bro. I'm doing this. I pretty much dropped 2 bars and I shut it up. And I was like, yo, when price
But you
go
gotta
up,
put in a
that's
little
where
bit
you
more
gotta put
work
it.
than that, my boy. Like at least have one platinum album or a single or something.
I don't need
like
that. I don't need that validation. Like just like how J. Cole said, I don't need that validation. I don't
Nah,
need
you need
nobody
that
to go
now.
ahead and try to give me Grammys. I don't need no awards and shit. I
I ain't
need
talking
my
about awards.
people
I'm
to.
talking about from the
I just
people.
need my people to feel what I'm coming from. So that's all I have to say.
I ain't following you for 2 bars, my dude. I ain't even gonna check out the project. I'm gonna need one
See,
whole freestyle, my dude. At least
see,
one song. Every great rapper got a
that's
freestyle in a
it.
vault somewhere. Every
All right.
rapper.
Just
But I'm
stick
gonna
by
tell
it.
you,
Laugh now, cry later. Okay.
I'm all right, cool. Bet. Hey, I'm with you decide to go for it. But a real person that's out here making these hits though for real is Hit Boy. He out here doing his thing, man.
No,
I
talk
just
to me
want to
about it.
shout that dude out, man, like real quick. He came on 2020 strong, dude. Like he putting in hella work. I don't even know where he get the mind like to write all these hits, but it's in that that Jesus that I don't know, man. It's like in a level right now where only like the Pharrells and well I should say the Neptunes, the Timberlands, the Just Blazers, the Scott
Mm-hmm.
Storches, like in that echelons, like he's stepped his game up to a new. Well, he been had a Grammy and he been putting in work, but this shit is like he bodying. Like last Friday, he just dropped that Nas project or whatever. He produced the whole thing, or assisted on the production, and I love it, man. Like it was a dope album. Then that Big Sean album finna drop tomorrow, I think, and
Mm-hmm.
he produced that with Kanye West. Like he started it with Kanye, so it's only right that he go back full circle because it was Ye that signed him to that contract back, I think, like in 2000.
So I'm gonna say like this. Hit Boy, I know I remember some of the stuff he did back in the day.
Back in the day,
And
you talking about last year, this year,
yeah,
in May?
I was a couple years ago. So like
It
cause
never
Hit
fell
Boy been
off.
out for a while. But here's the thing. I would say, regardless to any and all when it comes to producers, I appreciate them for everything they do because here's the thing: we give rappers and artists, and I use those two simultaneously because some people are just rappers, so some are rappers who actually follow the art, some are artists who just pretty much take art and vocalize it. So either or.
Yeah.
But I say when it comes to those, we always glorify them. But the thing is, we give producers not as much credit as the artists. And let's be real. Sometimes the vocals is the dopest, but the beat is just the one that puts us in that mode. It's the one thing that gets to us. And let's be real. Every motherfucking y'all know that started off with the free software Fruity Loops and try to make the beats with the hits and the snares. T2 like I was one of y'all. I was the same motherfucker thinking I was gonna go ahead and be the next Manny Thrash in this bitch. So I appreciate when it comes to that because they're serious. Some people bring out the most unique music and they start with just like the bare minimums. Cause like nigga, like when everybody was talking about 808s, like I know a couple of my friends who just pretty much is like, all right, let me go ahead and put this in every freaking beat that I made. It didn't even need to be put in there, but they just said let's do it because every motherfucker white was doing it. So I salute the producers in any way. And Hit Boy, if you listen to them, if you're listening to me, I appreciate you. You know what? This is for you, baby.
I feel that, and he do deserve a round of applause and all that. I think though it's more than I think producers do get a lot of the credit, especially now since everybody know. Like when you look at legends of the game, like Quincy Jones, for instance, like everybody know him and know what he did, who his beats and songwriting skills and all of that like inspired and took their career to the next level. It's like it's a producer
he has a catalog. Don't get me
no,
wrong. Quincy has he is good, but
wait,
when
though.
he was coming at the same time
I'm
with
not talking
MJ.
about just Quincy though. I'm talking about like Quincy was out way before MJ. Like when MJ was a kid, like Quincy was already doing great shit. But what I'm saying is this, like the producer, that's why I said in the beginning, he reached a level to where only certain people or producers get to, beat makers. That level of the artist is only bigger because they are the face of the product that you're putting on the shelf. That's what the people see. That's all people really care about is what's in front of them. They don't care about, like in acting, people on camera gigs and like the people behind the scenes on average, they end up making more money than actors just because on the steady, constant work and jobs of their career and actors they might have now. It's a handful that get paid, you know, at a time, maybe 3 or 4 that's getting paid $18 million a movie or $20 million a movie. And that's only, and nowadays that's even harder to come by because it's just the ways they're making movies now and the cost of production and stuff. But what I'm saying is behind the scenes is where the action happens and people that's in the business and like, especially now in 2020 when you got the information like on Tidal. I love Tidal because you can go in there and click on it so easy and it show you like every name of the producer. I was always one of those kids that read the back cover to see who was on the production. Like, you know, Kanye West, like, you know, he's a genius and he creates as well as people write for him. And he just takes like sounds and words and create something that's magical. Like he came up with up under Hit Boy came up under him in some type of way. And Hit Boy reached that level. He's been going hard since like 06, but really killing it since like 2014 when he produced on Watch the Throne. What beat was it? The Niggas in Paris or whatever, and he won a Grammy off that. Since then he been going. I'm just saying right now he keep going. And you know what I mean, developing, transitioning, like he getting to that echelon that, you know, the greats or the rares right now. And this year, this is Hit Boy year. He coming with some bangers, man. Like I love that beat on Lemonade, Machine Gun Kelly. I mean, I said Machine Gun Kelly. Hey, Conway, I'm so sorry. I meant Conway the Machine. Listen, bro, I don't know. I just seen Machine Gun in a movie, and so you know, my bad. My bad. I slipped up. But anyway, you get what I'm trying to say. The producers nowadays, they do get a lot of credit, and Hit Boy deserve all the credit this year, man. But I just wanted to shout that boy out and salute him for the work that he been putting in out here, man. Like he doing it. This beat's wild, and he done got into a type of zone right now that's, yeah, he killing it. He killing it. But yeah, man, it's been like it's been a lot of stuff going on this week though, man. Like got the whole like the Hit Boy thing. That's cool and everything, but then we got other stuff that
I do have to
later and stuff like that too.
I do have to make a note about Power. Power, yeah. So you remember Power back in the day? Well, it's not even back in the day, like a year ago. Power.
Oh, the show Power.
Show. Yeah, like now. So pretty much after the show Power came out, now they got the different books of Power. So the one that's coming out next is Ghost. So pretty much it's going to take pace. It's going to talk about, you know, Ghost's son pretty much going to school and pretty much how he comes up. And then what's up?
Is he going to college and stuff?
Yep. He's going to college, doing a damn thing. And on the cast, one of the things that made it so unique, it was like they got the Queen, Miss Mary J. Blige, on there. Man, I'm not going to lie. In my eyes, she is a living legend. And the fact that she still looks just as young as she did when I was a young one, coming up, like, man, that's a testament that Black do not crack. Oh my God.
That's Queen
Like
Mary
she's
right there,
still,
though, you know.
I was just like, I see her and I'm just like marveled. I'm like, man, how she does not miss a step. But I do got something for the culture. And it's kind of funny because when I was watching TV, I was actually looking at, the interview. And one of the interviews that she did for, the show, she got mad because somebody had called her auntie. And
Got
then
like mad or like play
she
mad?
got like frustrated, like mad, like, yo, don't call me auntie. It's like, yo, she said she got people that's older than her over here saying, hey, auntie this or auntie that. She like, no, put some respect on my name. Don't call me auntie. And I was like, I respect that. And then here's another thing. This is not to shy away of other times because let's say Queen Ava DuVernay, Miss Oprah, Gayle King, these are also women who, most people in our culture, we was like, this is auntie this or this is auntie that. And then they are very vocal as in saying, do not call me auntie.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this.
Okay.
Since, like I said, we over here talking calling them auntie, how do you feel about it? You think it's just something that just like, yo, it's to brush over? Do you feel like, what you feel about the whole cause?
Well, I have called like in conversation and like joking around, like called someone like auntie or whatever, like a celeb that we see on that level or whatever, who had been in the game for so long and held down. I don't call Oprah auntie or Gayle or nobody like that because that's like, I don't even like, they so removed from the culture now. It's like, I don't even feel comfortable saying that. And some of the stuff that they had done, I don't agree with. As far as Miss Mary J. Blige though, like, I feel whatever that fan or whoever that was that commented on, because that's something like I wouldn't do that because I'm just not like, I don't get like starstruck and all that and like shook up. You feel me? So like that's not just gonna happen. I still be like, she's an elder. I'm from Texas, and I call her ma'am, but I say that to everybody because my grandma used to tell me, you say yes sir or no ma'am until they tell you.
That boy came up the right way. He got morals.
Oh,
Like
you know what I mean. I try, but yeah, I feel like it's not a bad thing. I think it's an endearing thing. Like it's just showing love, and I feel like I hope she didn't get too mad and take too offense. But I can also understand if she don't want somebody that's not family calling her auntie. It might be weird or creepy to her. Because it could be like just some stranger, like, hey, auntie, like, I don't know you. Like, who the fuck is, like, it's so random, okay, with them, like, hey, say, uncle, what's up, aunt? I don't know. If I knew them, it's a different thing. Like, they playing, I have talked to them about certain situations or whatever, and we had that type of relationship. I ain't tripping. But if it's just random, if it's like a comment on Twitter or something, that's different. Like, if it's in a good way, a playful way or whatever, just out of a respectful way, like that's cool. But if you just walk up on somebody in the street and just be like, hey, auntie, or hey, it could be different in certain situations. Because I have done that, like with older school dudes, like folks on the corner and shit, like at the store, like outside there standing there, they be trying to talk to me. I'm like, you know what I mean? Nah, like in playing, like saying like boss or something like that,
I feel it.
But that's how I feel about it. I hope she's not too mad about it. It would be kind of, if it was just a tweet or something, it'll be a bad thing to waste energy on. But yeah,
I mean,
man.
it's we say it's like too much to say anything on, but we're not the ones who getting called this 24/7, 365 everywhere you go and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. It's kind of funny because like last show we talked, you made you laugh because I said talked about Charlamagne and God, and we call him Uncle Charla here and there, and then you also got who is it Charlie Winston, you call him Uncle. So honestly, but no, here's the thing. It's like I feel like when you say uncle or auntie, when you talking to somebody that's pretty much not family, I feel like that is like you said, a term of endearment. It's more giving you wisdom and respect within the culture. Because like we always say, Uncle Snoop, but why we say that? Not because the fact that he act old, he has came a long way. He's done a lot of things, and the fact that his career that we all followed, we could just say he's wise beyond his years. So we attribute that
Right. Like
and
Snoop Dogg,
being wise.
but like Snoop Dogg, he pretty much, I think he started to, like on the cool, because Snoop embraced that so much, like the whole Unc thing, because he called
Snoop
everybody
embraces
nephew.
everything. The nigga got a show with Martha Stewart. Like he niggas out here killing it.
But Snoop got like, he called everybody nephew, so it's only right when if we say like he calling you nephew, and that's Snoop
True.
Dogg.
All
Who
right,
was
that's
gonna feel
true.
weird about Snoop like, hey nephew, in that Snoop voice? Come on, man. I'm like, what's up, Uncle? How are you doing?
All right, so okay, maybe not using Snoop as the best, but like, but just thinking about it, you got Gail, Ava, and all that stuff. Like these are well respected women, and
Yeah,
don't get me wrong, out of respect, just because they
I
said
love Ava
don't
though.
call me, yeah, the shit. But anyways, she's the
That's
shit,
my
but I'm not
shero.
going there.
I'm
But
dead
at
ass
the
serious.
same time, I'm not gonna disrespect them and not, if they wish not to go that, that's cool. But at the same time, I feel like, it's like people from our culture giving you respect, giving you that wisdom. Because don't get me wrong, a lot of people, does not, they don't like really embracing age. Because some people like hate the fact that they get older and all that stuff, but
Yeah.
age brings that wisdom. Age, and most of us, like I said, like don't crack. They don't even look old as hell. Like the women that I mentioned, honestly, you look at them right now, you be like, God, they that old? Like it's nothing like that, and it's not nothing out of disrespect. It's just like
Age ain't really
I
got
feel
nothing to
like
do with it though, bro.
it's not. I'm not saying it's all about age. It's all about respect and how much
Respect, yeah.
respect people give to that person.
True.
And then, like pretty much when you're a young one, you looked up to your parents and all that stuff. But when it came to your uncle or auntie, you had a special place within that in your heart for that person. You didn't know what, but you
Yeah.
pretty much hold that. That's why I felt like what Gail King, Ava, Oprah, and even Mary J. Blige, they fall in that place. Like
So
they
you
have a
still
special
cool
place
with,
in our hearts, in our ways.
so like Oprah and Gayle King is still like, you look up to them still?
Yeah, like honestly, that record, like bro, like just because like some things that I might not align with, or if they did something along the way, I'm not
There's a
gonna
lot of
fault.
major things though. Like,
Well, here's the thing: you can't fault them every time, because let's be real. Just
but
because I don't
sometimes,
have, but here's what I'm just saying: just because I don't have a platform like that's gigantic, just like theirs. So just think, like some people are always gonna fuck up. That's pretty much the
true.
fact of being human,
That's fact.
and the fact that we over here said you did this, we do that. Like honestly, you and I probably did stuff that was so fucked up that in the eyes of if we was like big time, people would have so much shit to say about us. But the fact that we don't have that platform like that, it's getting brushed on underneath the rug, and nobody really sees. Just because of who they are and everything is magnitude, everybody want to go ahead and talk about that. I've
That's
known some
true.
people who did worser things
That's
than
true. But
them
look
did.
though, when you are in the public eye, then you open yourself up to more interpretation. And then on top of that, it's not just that they did like one or two things that were like, like iffy, like that's cool. Ain't everybody's not perfect. You are absolutely right about that, like 1000%. And I'm not saying that we should judge them off a couple of the things, but what I'm saying is, as a person, if you don't agree with something that somebody's doing and they show you repeatedly like who they are at this time in their life, and you just want to part ways with them in the everyday world, that's what people do. So like what I'm saying is this, like I'm not talking about their status or their, I'm talking about certain things that cause like the culture to kind of shift away from them. Like, yeah, of course we still respect them. Well, Oprah for sure. Like, look at all the things she's done. Like, as far as like donating and what she's tried to do, even like if it's on a small scale, like relatively, it's still like a major thing. To a lot of us would never ain't even put up like a penny of a dollar compared to what she have to different charities and organizations and things. So as far as respecting the work she put in the game, you can't take that away from her at all. And I never will even try to. I'm just saying there's certain things that I feel like she's done. It makes me just want to like separate. I can respect you from afar, but I don't really got to deal like watch her shows. But it is like Queen Sugar on the OWN network put out some pretty good content. Queen Sugar on the OWN network, I fuck with it. I really like it. I like the way the black people are shot on there. I love all like the writing, and that's Ava DuVernay's her work as well, and she's doing wonderful work. So Ava is like that auntie in the community to me. Like I look up to her 100% because I'm an aspiring filmmaker. You know, I do the shorts and videos and all that type of stuff. So, and I look up to her and the things she's done, the way she's come up and where she's come from to where she is now. So, she's one of those. But it's not just the age thing either, because it's certain women, like, it's like relative to age gap or whatever. So it's certain women that I look up to as well that aren't even really that old. Like, oh my God, I cannot believe her name is going to slip my mind. But she done that, bro, I'm finna get mad. But that show, it was really big. I can't even remember the name, but Issa Rae. I'm tripping, bro. Like, Issa Rae, like how she came up in the way she did.
Oh, like, Issa.
Yeah, Issa. I'm sorry if I'm messing up her name right now. My tongue tied. I forgot her name. I got frustrated. But the way she came up, she isn't like that old relatively. Like, she's still a very young woman. So it's like, but you would still see her in that auntie type of sense, the way she talks, the way she carries herself, you know, and they're very respectful, and she represents the culture like very well. So I see her in that type of way too. So it's like, it's not all about like age, but I get what you're saying though. And
I would say there's probably levels to the shit, and always levels, because like I said, when I'm talking, I'm not saying anything about age. I was like, over time, like, people evolve, people learn, the people going through a lot of things, and that defines them. And then they have that wisdom that they can bestow to the people to go ahead and give them, you know, bits and pieces. So the fact that you don't have to go through that, just like what Hov said, you know, Hov did that, so you don't have to go through that. Like, he did that just so you could understand. So pretty much, if it comes down to it, I kind of, you know, I say, you know, with Hov, he's like, because the said thing. And 444, my man's was dropping gems. He was telling people like what he did, what was out there, and all that stuff. But back to our conversation. But with this going on, it's just like I said, it's all out of respect. At the request of them, I would never go ahead and be disrespectful and say and keep on calling her auntie if she doesn't like it. But, you know, I just wanted to go ahead and say that, you know, if anything, they should be like feel well respected, especially when a lot of people come up to you and say auntie or uncle, because honestly, we just pretty much saying a person who has much wisdom, who are pretty much looked at in a higher sense. It's nothing out of disrespect. It's nothing to play on how old you are, even though you may feel old when people call you that. But honestly, it's all love. It's all respect. And honestly, that's all it would. That's it. It's at the end of the day.
Yeah, like it's But if she says she don't want you to call her that, then you gotta respect it. So yeah,
respect it and move on.
Shout out to Miss Mary J. She doing her thing as always looking radiant out there, you know. But I can't wait to see her.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I know this is not gonna happen in the show, but I wish, like, I just want to go and just see a Mary J. Blige concert and just see how she just get like.
Well, of course, that's not gonna happen on the show.
No, it's definitely gonna happen on the show. But at the same time, when she danced, she got that 1-2 step. Like, she just do that. It's just like, oh, this is like back in the 90s when her and like Diddy was just killing it. Like, I was like, oh, she is notorious at doing that because, like, if you ever watch any of her videos, she don't really dance. She just got a good 1-2 step that she does, and she jigged the shit out of it, and it's
Everybody
so
watch
funny, but
Mary
it's so
Jane.
beautiful.
Yeah,
I
everybody
love
seen
that
Mary
woman.
Jane. It's iconic. All you got to do is say the Mary J. Blige names. If anybody do it in any street in America, they gonna know what dance
And
she's doing.
bro, like her
Like,
music,
oh,
she
that's
has music for every feeling, every part of your life. Like if you're happy, if you're sad, if you're over here in your feelings, like she has any song that you can relate to, she already has it. So if you talk about verses, like we talked about last time, yo, if we had Mary go up with somebody, I honestly I
who's
don't
she
think nobody
going
can
to?
really go. I don't know. That's the thing. It's the fact that because her catalog is just so fucking, it's just out there. Like
It's
you
some
can't even
women that
say,
rival her though. Like I know Miss Mary dope, but there's some other singers out there and song. It don't have to be a
ooh,
woman. It would be cool if it was, but
yeah,
it's
it'll be cool. Like let's say it will be cool if it
who?
was a woman, but
Who?
this will have to like somebody who's gonna be only person I feel like that will probably be on her level will probably be P Diddy.
Bro, chill out, man. You know she didn't write all of her songs too, so it's like
Okay, and P Diddy didn't write a lot of his songs.
but in the versus battle, when I'm saying I don't even really know why I brought up the writing part. That don't really matter. But what I'm saying is in a verse is like anybody could use tracks where they were featured on or like they got if they produced on it or they wrote something on it or whatever, or just sung on the hook, they can add it. So you got women like you got Rihanna, you got Sade, you got I'm not gonna say Keisha Cole. I think they styles will rival each other, but I don't think the catalog of Keisha Cole's would match up in length wise. But if you want this 20 hits, like she's been on other songs as well and had bangers with other people, not just her own project. So I think, yeah, Keisha Cole, you got like the Brandy and Monica thing is about to happen. So it's like
Yeah, because they've been around at the same
but
time.
even them, they could go up with like Mary had a long like her career has been going for a good minute. I'm just saying it's women because Mary wasn't just always on top. It was like up and down record wise, like sales
Yeah,
and
and
all that
that's
type of
what
stuff.
I'm saying.
But how many
Mary,
women
go in.
it's at least I could name that's alive, and there's women that will probably take Mary out. Like Rihanna, bro. If Rihanna came to the
No,
stage, stop, bro. Stop it. I'm not even finna do this with you, bro.
no. Don't even do that to yourself. Mary has classics. Rihanna, don't get me wrong. I appreciate her. She's everything. Rihanna came out 10 years ago.
You
Where
embarrassing yourself. Stop
turn
it.
up the
10
music,
years
turn up the
ago,
DJ.
bro. You said 10
10.
years ago. When did
Well,
Chris
okay,
Brown come out?
no, sorry, not 10, not 10. About 10 to
Justin
15, because like I
Bieber
was,
been out for 10 years.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
Longer.
You over here compare it, go ahead and put
Bro, it don't matter
Rihanna in
if
the
the versus
same
battle is
boat,
about
and
hits,
then the
bro.
fact that
It's about hits. I don't
yes, but you gotta like, bro, you have to go by the
so
decade.
so you trying to tell me that Drake can't compare with nobody that's been in the game for 30 years? Or
Bro, I'm saying like this: if you gonna go ahead and say if they need to go ahead and do a versus, they at least need to be go head for head, at least come out at around the same time. So the fact that the essence of time and their hits go back to back.
but
Just
bro, if
think
they
about all the
old school
verses that
compared to
happened.
old school, all the women that I just named, are like from a different era than now. Like other than Rihanna, she's still relevant because of like all the things that she does and her persona and her mystique. Like that's just Rihanna. So
Yeah, that's
whatever she
cool.
was doing, but I'm talking about every woman I just named, from the Brandys to the Monicas to the Keisha Coles to all of them. That was like if they best was early 2000s. That's like almost 20 years ago, bro. What are you talking about? It's
But
2020.
thing is, Mary J. been before that.
Been out since like the late 90s or whatever, or the early 90s or whatever. So I'm trying to say that's not that much farther from 2001 and 1996. We talking what? 6 years?
It's so
5 years?
no, because there's so many eras in between. That's what I'm saying.
Bro,
Because
of
the
course.
fact that okay, like when you said Brandy and Monica, like they came up around the same time, and then their careers
Who was
have
out
pretty
first,
much
though?
on the same wave.
Who was out first?
It was Brandy.
Okay, by how much longer?
I can't even tell you on that.
Okay, well, like Google it or
You
something.
know?
It was still, the gap was somewhere
No,
in
do you
5
know? You over
years.
here trying to say you about to make a point.
Huh?
You over here trying to make a
I
point.
mean,
Do you know?
I don't need to know, but one came out before the other. That's my point. One came out before the other. Mary J. Blige came out like in the mid-90s or something like that. I'm just going to average. I don't know the exact year. Like, I just don't. But I know it's a mid-90s, just like you were saying, and you would agree to that. I'm saying Keisha Cole and them came out in the early 2000s. That, yes, it's a different, like, era, but music and the eras changed, like, every, like Master P said, we were talking about last podcast, eras change like every 3 to 5 years, like maybe 6, but music is always evolving, so the eras change. Somebody is going to be hot right now. Mary J. Blige stayed relevant this whole time because she's an actor and she does other things as well and kept on putting out stuff. But Keisha Cole, during her minute, she had her run. She had hits. The versus battles about hits, and Keisha Cole right now in 2020 is considered vintage. I'm sorry if that's disrespectful to Miss Keisha Cole, but she is, because that was her music was almost 20 years ago, bro.
Yeah,
Like
it was
her
okay.
song.
I'll give you that, but here's the thing: when I'm going at is like you can't like when they do the verses, when they talk about going to the songs back in the day or this and all that, they're going to want you to probably play something within close to air. So if you talk about early Keisha Cole, like say Love, the song Love, what if Mary J go ahead and play something back when she came in
It don't matter,
96?
bro.
So
It
pretty
matter.
much that's like the whole
That
value of
don't,
trying to weigh in. Like, just think about when you
that
go,
don't
let's say,
matter.
hypothetically saying, if Drake and Snoop was to go at it, if he start playing Gin and Juice and then Drake start playing something off of Take Care, it's not gonna fit.
Bro, you were talking about, you just said, okay, bro. Drake right now, all respect to Uncle Snoop, as we were just talking about, Drake will watch Snoop in a versus battle because the hits would be nonstop coming. I'm talking about this. You said that it has to be eras and stuff, but I'm talking about the root of a versus battle. I understand what you're talking about compared to music. And of course, they're going to try to compare the music. That's why I name women with music comparable to Mary J. Blige. What I'm saying is, Snoop Dogg just had a battle with DMX. Snoop Dogg was like huge, like it was in the early 90s and like all that. When he dropped his project was like 92, 93. DMX was like 98, 99 when like his run 2000, early 2001. That's literally exactly what we talking about. And they just had it. It don't matter. It's about the styles of the music, my boy. That's all I'm saying. It's the styles of the music. It's the number of hits they have. And if people think it would be a good battle, it don't matter if they came out 4 years. If Drake went against, if J. Cole battled Nas, who wouldn't love that, bro? But that's two completely different eras. Who would not love a J. Cole and Nas battle? You trying to tell me right now with a straight face, if J. Cole and Nas battle, you ain't tuning in to that? Like
I'll tune in, but at the same time, I'm like, this is so unfair.
How?
It would be so unfair because, like I said, it's going. All right. So here's another thing I'm gonna say about this: the fact that, all right. So like the fact that also you also got to think when I talk about the era, and I would say like some of these songs came out when people were feeling some type of way, or feel like some people have emotional ties to certain songs, or pretty much like
of course,
on
that's what
era
makes it a
music.
hit.
So that's what pretty much like. That's why you said when J. Cole and Nas go into it, I'm like, okay, yeah. If you want to talk about hit, yeah, okay, they could go ahead, bang, bang. But at the same time, I'm gonna be feeling more compelled to go one way because the fact that I have more emotional connections with their song in that era for one artist compared to other.
No, bro, because music creates emotion. So a track that's made in 1991 and played in 2021 can still have the same feeling for different generations. That's why that shit is called a classic. It would transcend eras. You put on tracks and you get that same feeling. It might give you a different, one song might give two people two different feelings. Like one track might give 6 people 6 different feelings. What I'm saying is the song don't matter the era. If a hit is a hit and a classic, if their music is comparable in their styles, bro, you like they gonna go at it. Yeah, it'd be cool if they came from the same era, like it came out around the same year and like had like a trajectory like Brandy and Monica. But if they came out 5 years apart or they came out 10 years apart, but the music is comparable, if Nas and J. Cole had a battle and went and like that style, if Kendrick Lamar came out and battled Nas or whatever, or KRS-One, it might contrast battles, but the bars, like people gonna play, this is bar for bar battle right here. What you got, KR? What you got, Kendrick? Let's see who really a battle of the eras. It could be dope like that. I'm saying the versus battles, you could present it in so many different ways, and the eras just don't matter that much. It matters about the music and the content in the music when they battling. Or it could depend on the eras, like you want it. It'll be a benches thing. But I'm just saying, you could put Miss Mary J. Blige up against women. I could name 10 of them that could give her a run for it. Like, but not to take anything away from Miss Mary. I'm just saying there are other female singers and male singers that if she wants to go against a male, she could, because she got the catalog for it, that they could stand toe to toe with her and go battle for battle. And Mary might lose. That's all I'm saying. That's just my perspective, my dog. I know you love
it's your perspective, and like I know we both just at the end of the day, I think we just gonna agree to disagree because, but at the same time, this is gonna be when we have more people on the show, we gonna bring this up because like I swear, like everybody has their own perspective on this. Because like I see where you coming at, but at the same time, like I feel like what I'm going at is also relevant to the verses. So, like, I'm just like, okay, like I said, yeah, you could feel that way. I know you say a hit is a hit, a classic is a classic, but bro, like I said, when they come to this, like, they gotta come.
I'm talking about the comparability of the artists. I'm saying if they compatible, it don't matter the era. I'm not just saying if they just got any old hit, but I'm just saying that's really all I'm saying. But I feel you though. Let's agree to disagree, but that's how come, man.
Bro, we will be back and forth until somebody just say, "Fuck it, man." Okay, fuck it. Honestly, I'm just like when I was talking about it, it's just like I'm just kind of comparing what they have shown us and what they have done so far and where that came at. So, like I said, this is going to be, I feel like, one of the most ongoing conversations that you and I are going to be having because at the same time,
man, I ain't talking about that with you no more, man.
I'm going to bring other people into this because, like, the fact that I feel like some people, I might not be over here explaining the best way, and then that's why I say, but if we, you know what? Nope, we just going to table it.
Just gonna leave it right there and table it, and then if we meet somebody
if people want to chime in on this, let people chime in on this, and people say, okay, I see what you're doing, I see where that, and they give us their opinions. I could rock that.
But yeah, man, let's go ahead and get into a little more serious time, man. Talk about some stuff that's going on. As black men in this country, we wouldn't be right if we didn't at least touch on the topic and bring up awareness of what's going on in our communities out there. And so, of course, we know on Sunday we had the Jacob Blake shooting. The officer, Rustin Shesky, the police were called to the scene or whatever for a domestic violence incident or domestic disturbance. They got to the scene. I guess they targeted on Mr. Jacob Blake for some reason or whatever. But anyway, that incident snowballed and turned into Mr. Jacob. They tried to arrest him. He got tasered. He kept on going. He tried to get into his car. I guess, to leave or check on his kids. He had his kids in the car with him as well. And so when he tried to do that, Officer Rustin, or whatever his name is, he fired 7 shots. I think he was hit 4 times, fired him into his back. Jacob was turned, and so turned around, his back was showing, facing, like I said, he was trying to get into the car. They got him. Yeah, shot him 7 times. Now he's paralyzed. They were saying that, I think his family, I read something about his family said that he was handcuffed in the hospital or something, but I'm not sure if that's true. But no charges have been brought against the officer. I think he's been placed on administrative leave or something like that, like they always do. And then following that, we had the Kyle Rittenhouse incident. Some video on that surfaced on social media. I think it was Tuesday after riots in Kenosha, Wisconsin, for the Jacob Blake incident popped off and escalated and I guess became violent. And so Kyle, in the video, it shows him running and everything and shots being fired. Turns out he shot and killed 2 people. 1 more was injured, but reports are good on that, saying that he's probably going to pull it through. 2 26-year-olds and I think 1 36-year-old. So I'm not sure if their names have been released, the people injured or not, but yeah, so that's pretty much what's been going on. I guess we're going to start with this Jacob Blake situation.
Yeah, we got to break it down.
Have you heard about it?
Yeah.
Well, of course.
This whole situation, you got to break it down. So let's start with just Jacob Blake. I saw it, and
I didn't watch the video.
I did, and I hate how it made me feel. And if you was asking how did you feel, I'm gonna be real. I was just numb. The fact that sometimes I get to the point where, like, we say Black Lives Matter, and we are standing for so many people who have lost their lives, and negligence and all that stuff. We have a long list of names, and to the point where, like, I knew who they were at one point, but the list gets so long that I cannot even hardly recite like the last 5 or last 10 or whatever. And I'm just sad because the fact that we have the same thing, we have video footage, we have people going in and the police doing what they did. And, the situation, everybody has this, say their opinions and all that stuff. I understand what people were saying when they said, he pretty much was going to his car. He could have pulled out a pistol. Like, the police, they did this and that. I'm like, okay, I understand where y'all coming at, where, an officer will react if somebody was, like, going to their car. But there was literally 4, it was a 4 against 1. They was right in front of him way before he even got close to the car. They could have tackled his ass. And the fact that, bro, you shot a man when his back was turned.
Yeah.
And you shot him 7 times. And, like, right there, point blank, in front of this man's kids. And then the fact that y'all are out here justifying this. Y'all were saying, well, he shouldn't have did this. I know a whole bunch of, and I hate, like, I don't even want to throw race in this, but I know a whole bunch of people that's not black who will really go out and do the most ignorant thing just because they can. And the fact that people emotions are like, everybody's human. People have emotions. People react a different way. That doesn't justify people going in and point blank shooting somebody. He could have died. And that could have been another person added to the list. And the fact that, like, bro, we getting done down like animals, and that shit is like just, it hurts because the fact that we have kids seeing this, and they going up in this age and in this era, and they're over here. It's like, why are they doing this? And you have to tell them why they happen it. And some of these kids literally crying because the fact that they are scared, the fact that they're black and they could be a potential victim in the future, or they gonna have to tell this story to their children. It's like it's one of those things that is happening. It's nerve wracking, and it needs to stop. Like it's one of those things. Like it's just, I hate it, and that's why I'm like, I know this is something that we always have to bring up. We have to talk. We have to keep on pushing this the story forward. But bro, it's hard. Like there's a lot of stuff, a lot of stress, and a lot of things that a black man, a black woman, anybody being black has to go through.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like I said, it's heavy. It's hard to even take up. It's hard to even have these conversations with people because at the same time, it's just like literally, I get to the point when people say the most stupid shit, I really want to just backhand the fuck out of them. Honestly, because like I know everybody's entitled to their opinion, everybody comes to different views, but at the same time, you gotta understand at the end of the day, we all human. We all fuck up. We do things we not supposed to, or we act on emotions because that's something we have. And just because somebody is not complying the way you want, then you don't justify shooting them 7 times right in front of their kids in that sense. Yeah. So I'm glad the officer's name is out there because I want his name to be dragged during this in the court of public opinion. But at the same time, I do hope he get his day in court because the fact that these people do need to, not everybody has to be the best. So,
man, it's like, first I was like you, man, like, I didn't even watch the video because I'm just tired of watching them. I'm just tired of seeing the shit, man. I'm tired of watching it. It's like we've been talking about this since forever, man. My whole life, my mom's life and dad's life, my grandparents' life, my great-grandparents' life, great-great-grand. It's like, when is this shit gonna be done, dude? And I see people like you talking and saying dumb shit. I come from a small Texas town, so people in that area and all the towns around it are small as well. And, I follow people from that area or get suggestions from people in the area. I got like thousands of friends on Facebook. A lot of them not really like friends, more acquaintances, or I've known them at some point or whatever in passing. Some of them really close friends, to this field, but I'm just like, just the ignorance behind some of the stuff that is saying at the Republican convention, like that spew they was saying, you seen how emotional Doc Rivers and everything was talking about it. Like, it's not even just Republicans though. It's racism doesn't, have no political affiliations. So it could be in either, you know what I mean? But at that convention, it was some really shit that was just really, it was very hurtful as well in that. But as far as this officer shooting somebody in their back and like you said, it was other officers on the scene, they could have handled that in so many different ways, man. That's just what I don't understand, like the blatant disrespect, bro. Like just so fucking blatant. And then he's there breaking up the situation that the cops were called for. He was there breaking it up, trying to break it up. That's what all the witnesses said and everything. And to have that happen, to be shot in front of your children, bro, your little boys, to be shot in front of your little boys, like to be helpless like that in front of your family for no reason, dude. Like when he's trying to be a peacemaker and trying to help the situation, and to just have that happen on camera once again, it's like, I'm just tired of the recordings and the protests, man. It's like, I know this is going to be a gradual change, bro, but if we don't start making some real legislative changes, it's like, it's just a problem, bro. And people just going to get more and more frustrated, and the pot is going to continue to boil over. It's going to build more pressure until this shit explodes, man. And I'm telling you, like, this, I see the young out there trying to make a change, and our generation, the kids coming up even younger in high school, I hear their voices out there, doing what they can to be a part of it. I'm seeing athletes really starting to take a change. The NBA shut down. Like you seen just all types of things happening. But the most things that I'm proud of is the young men, black men out there, and black women, and transgender women, and out there like black transgender women who are down at an alarming rate out there that nobody is talking to, like a crazy rate. And black women that are, in the streets being disrespected as well. It's not just black men. Like, that's the only narrative in the news, because that's what we're seeing most on the video and stuff that's highlighted. But it's over the whole black ecosystem. Like, they just trying, being blatantly disrespectful, man. And it's just like, when is enough enough? And when are we going to start doing things to structure ourselves in the right way to start making significant changes? They don't give a shit about protests, man. Like, that shit is pure hate and stupidity, bro. Them is the ignorant people making those comments, and they ain't even ignorant no more because they have the information at their fingertips and in their faces, and they choose to ignore that and do stupid shit. So we just talking about idiots out here, bro. You can't have conversations with idiots, bro, because they only see their one point of view. They only see how they see the world, and that's it. And so until we weed them out of here, and I ain't talking about just going around on no mass killing spree or no shit like that, no violent shit, because I'm pretty sure some people who are still trying to find themselves and find their way and grew up in that environment and shit and just only see that because that's all they've been shown or whatever. But once they see it and choose to ignore it and do other shit, like cops specifically in this situation, the police know they fucking up and the unions still protect them. Still. You still fighting for these ain't shit ass dudes, man. Like, ain't shit ass people who do stupid shit like this. If you that scared to shoot that man while his back turned, when they found a knife, I think, or they said on the driver's side of his car or whatever, like, it was a knife there, and he did admit to having a knife on him, but it's a knife to a gunfight, bro. You got all types of shit and a knife. Of course, you could have thought it could have been a gun. Okay, cool. But like you said, you could have tackled that man, and there was different procedures and routes you could have took.
Bro, this dude was around his car. Like, they had so many opportunities to do that.
It was so many opportunities to do that, but as well, like, it's just a coward doing a cowardly thing, taking the easy way out. Instead of using that as a last resort as it should be used for, they used it as their best and easiest option. Like, it was like, fuck this, I'm not finna do all this and risk, like, I'm trying to get home. I respect that, I feel that. But you pulling a gun and shooting a man 7 times in 7, bro? Like, my dude, like, fire a warning shot in the air just to get his attention. Or not, it's so many different options that could have ended with him not having bullets in him, sitting in the hospital being paralyzed, being shot in front of his kids. And like, now he viral, it's everywhere, everybody knows about it.
Bro,
it's just a crazy situation, man.
From the waist down. This dude would never, like, be able to stand up and pick up his kids, or
never.
And it's just like, yo.
And that's what's fucking me up about this, man.
And in my head, I'm like, yo, I'm glad the fact that he has his life, but the fact that they took his ability to be mobile, they took that away from that man. And
that's just a big deal, bro. That's a scary deal to wake up one day and can't walk no more, man. That's sad, bro.
And then that's the thing. It's just like, in the feeling, all your feelings gone. Like, that junk is just like, it's crazy.
Like, me, bro, like, I have hearing problems now, right? So, like, I wear a hearing aid on my ear sometime or whatever and shit. But it didn't happen like I wasn't born this way. It happened, after the situation happened. I got nerve damage in my ears. And, so I started losing my hearing some, and I had to wear a hearing aid. And so that alone was like a culture shock to me, bro. Like, that alone, like, it had me fucked up for a while because I went from being able to hear conversations and regular talk to saying, huh? Like, what are you saying? Like, I could hear shit, but it was just different. Like, it was just all distorted. So it was like, what the fuck is happening? It was scary. It was like, it was different. And that's just not being able to hear sometime, bro. We talking about a man that's no longer able to just do regular stuff that you used to do, like get up and take care of himself completely, like be a man, bro. Not saying that people who are paraplegic are less than or nothing like that. Like, I respect you for having to go through that struggle or whatever. And I think it takes a special type of person to deal with that on a day-to-day basis. But to go from one way to another, it's a culture shock. And it's going to take a hell of a lot of use and support from his family and loved ones to get through that, though. And then not including the trauma that his kids have to face to see their father get shot in front of them. Them black boys too, like, they seen that. Like, this is what they do to black men in these streets, and they don't protect us. Like, they shoot at us and slaughter us in the streets. I witnessed this with my own eyes. I can't trust you. I'm not gonna call 911. Why the fuck I call 911? My dad was trying to help people, and you shot him up, took his legs. Like, that's the trauma that we have to face. I was watching, because yesterday the NBA playoff got canceled, but I still watch a TNT because I like to hear Chuck and Ernie and Shaq and Kenny talk or whatever about certain situations, you know. Yeah, but and I want to hear about that one because it was a big one. Like, the whole NBA stopped because of the players chose not to play, mainly the Milwaukee Bucks, who facilities are only, where their city is only 45 minutes from Kenosha, Wisconsin. And when we'll talk about that, well, we talk from Kenosha where all this happened or whatever, and we'll talk about the other incident that happened there in a little bit. But, like, they were talking about it, and Kenny stormed off. He didn't storm off, but he just couldn't do it. So he, like, boycotted the show in his own way to show solidarity with the players. So they brought in ex-basketball player and current analyst Chris Webber, and he talked, and he was very passionate, but he said some really good stuff that, like, I completely agree with. And it's just like, seeing all that caused trauma, and the trauma that we as black people are experiencing and have been experiencing in this country for 400 years plus. It's like, white people could never understand what it's like to be a black person. Like, even if they are for the culture and with the culture, and I get it, you know, like, I'm not saying we stick to one race and date, but I'm saying, like, I'm talking about this on a friend or anybody. If they're white, you just can't truly understand being black. So I think that's why it's hard for a lot of them to empathize with our situation, because they would never have to deal with the stuff that we go through. And
I just hate explaining myself, bro.
I'm tired of it too, though, and that's what I'm saying.
It's just like,
I don't think they would
never understand, because the fact that everybody is saying the same shit, and yet I know you got your whole fucking opinion, but at the same time, can you really stop that? Because, like, if the shoe was on the other side, if we was over here in the whole thing where slavery happened to white people and all this oppression and all this bullshit happened to white people, and you found out that black officers, who were the majority, kept on killing your white people left and right, y'all have a fucking revolt. Y'all be over here talking about this and that. Y'all be asking for all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, yo, the fact that our narrative is never changed. It just pretty much stay the same. But yeah, y'all over here is having the same black people, one or two black people here and there, who pretty much say otherwise, and y'all want to use that as reign supreme, because the fact that y'all feel like their word is means a lot. But yo, we have a lot of people who feel the same way, and like, maybe you should just take a second and just to realize, maybe these people who are saying Black Lives Matter, pretty much we want equality and the pursuit of happiness, maybe they are trying to tell us something. Yes, we just don't want to be treated as just nothing. Like, y'all, you know what's funny? And this, like, I hate bringing this up. You remember when that fucking APAP passed away, Harambe? You know how many people, Harambe, that I think he was the that little white kid had went into the that little pit, and then Harambe had wished his ass around and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then they had to put the ape down. you see how many people, how everybody in the world came together when they put that damn ape down.
Yeah.
And like everybody was making fun. Everybody's like Harambe doing this, doing that, and all kinds of craziness, activists going on for them. And I'm like, a kid gets shot down almost once a week, once every other day, and y'all want to go ahead and give Harambe a fucking ape, all kinds of respect and his gratitude.
Like,
And this person don't even like this person. It was a living person. This person was somebody's brother, somebody's husband, somebody. I'm like, that's why I'm just like, I get so irritated, have to explain this and then break it down into layman terms because the fact that people don't understand. And like sometimes, bro, like it's like I always saw myself as a person that will probably just like say take it upon myself and be out there and actually go into the ranks and then trying to make this a platform thing. But at the same time, me explaining this, it hurts my head to the point where I'm like, I can't do this no more. Like I give it up to the people who's really fighting for us and doing this as a 9 to 5, not even 9 to 5, 9 to 9 to 9, because the fact that they're doing this at 9 in the morning to 9 at night, from 9 at night to 9 in the morning, they doing all this shit, and I'm just
that's exactly what they want you to do, is to just give up and forget about this whole protest shit and all this shit that's going on and to make the change and all that. They just want you to lull back to sleep and like, okay, we got it good enough. That's what they want. Like, you basically, by doing that, is giving them what they want. Like, I'm saying, fuck all the respect shit, bro. Like, respect, you got to take that shit. For the most part, somebody not going to give you respect. That's just a hood basic principle, bro. Like, when I was raised, somebody disrespect you, bro, you take that shit. You do what you got to do to get your motherfucking respect back. If he disrespecting you, then you put them hands. Hold on, bro. But all I'm saying, if he do something to you, you got to take your respect back, bro. I ain't talking about killing them and doing all that, but you're going to put these hands up, and I'm going to fight you every time I see you until you give me my respect, bro. Like, I'm going to take my respect. So what we got to do is knuckle up and take our motherfucking respect. And I ain't talking about out there fighting and rioting and doing all that shit, bro. I'm talking about really getting our money together. We have money and resources, bro. We create trillions of dollars in business every single year. Do you know how important that shit is for a country to run? Do you know the power that we have? Now, I'm not talking about no riots or taking some shit from Target. No, fuck all that. Like, I'm done with that, bro. I'm talking about getting our money together the right way, spending with ourselves in our own community and putting people in charge. I'm talking about people who have our interests from the black community, our interests, put them in charge of like coming up with policy and plans and bulletins or whatever of things that we need and want to accomplish. We have our own money to finance our own politicians, and we put it together and use it in the right way. And we have too many business-oriented-minded people in this community that know how to handle business and handle money, know how to work politics and do all that shit. But are they truly with us? And we need to get people that are truly with us, get our money together, get our community in order or whatever, and put the infrastructure in place to make them give us respect. Because our dollar count in this country, son. Don't nobody spend money like our people, bro. Don't nobody create fashion and wealth like our people, bro. We will make you rich in a week. You know what I mean? If we stop fucking with you, then the world ain't fucking with you, bro. Like, we have that power. We have that pool. But what they want you to do is lower back to sleep and not really see that. They don't want you to see that we could change this whole shit, bro, in a generation. If we really wanted to, with generational wealth that we already creating right now. We got the means and resources. We just got to aim it in a specifically targeted arrow and shoot that bitch, bro. Like, but in a direction that's going to work out and provide the best results for us as a people in a community. We got to have our grocery stores in the hood and farms and shit like that. And we have black farmers across the country. And we have people that know how to run grocery stores. And we're seeing vegan shops pop up and all type of black entrepreneurs popping up. Now, we got to pull them resources together. You got to, in order to get real change, we're going to have to sacrifice something to get a real change. that might mean like jobs and shit. But what do you think our great grandparents and shit had to really fight for? That's really gonna affect us that much. Even like the poorest person in America that's on the streets is living better than the poorest person in another country, bro. But if we pull together, that black man ain't gotta be poor. I see GoFundMe's and shit all the time when a homeless person pop up on viral video doing something or whatever, or saying something or really trying to get his life together. And the GoFundMe pop up and he got $70,000 just like that. Like, because people supported him because they seen his strife, seen it trying to get together in the black community. If we can do that, get our own money, we can have our own police force. It might have white people on the police force, but it's gonna be our dollar's gonna fund that police station in that community. You think in Beverly Hills, they go on to just regular cops, bro, when some shit pop off, they got back sources, front sources, they can get this shit handled, bro. Like the top, the rich people, bro, they can get this shit handled. And because they know how to organize and structure their shit. They live in a type of world to where they know how to skip over shit, get around different shit. Mm-hmm. And we got to deconstruct the police unions, bro. That got to be one of the main things. And when I say deconstruct, I'm talking about they cannot police themselves. This police union that they have, bro, I respect cops, the good cops, but it's hard to say good cops when they don't stand up to the bad cops. Police unions are cops protecting cops, bro. When you know that dude did something fucked up, but you still trying to help him get his job back, you know he not right to be on this job policing the community that pay y'all like ridiculous amounts of dollars. So, yeah, that's all I'm saying, man. We got to get together, but stop fighting and giving up is one thing that I would not do, and I don't advocate for anybody to do, especially if you're a my skin hue. Like, I need you, my brother. Like, this shit getting real, bro. Like, we got a real spotlight.
No, it is. It's getting real, and that's why I said I'm reading. Start reading the books from Malcolm X, bro. Because like my man's what he was talking about. Yeah. He was talking about times that we're going into. It's like, yo, one day the people is going to get tired and fed up, and they're gonna come together, and then they're gonna do this. And like he was speaking, like I wasn't around during that time, but honestly, I see bits and pieces that, you know, I don't want to take into, you know,
it's history, bro.
Misinterpret, but like I'm pretty sure, like from just the stuff, his, you know, the movie that Denzel did, like, yo, everything he was doing is coming. It's like he's speaking the truth to what's happening right now, where we going into the future.
I'm saying, but this shit is already like anybody could see this though because it's history. History always repeats itself throughout time and empires and oppressed people. If you oppress, it's only gonna happen for a certain amount of time. It might even be 1,000 years, dude, but them people are gonna rise up in the type of way that's gonna shut all that shit down. It always happens. If you continue to oppress the people, it always happens. And so what I'm saying, Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, when they died, like they kind of died on reverse stances of how they started out and how everybody see them. Mm-hmm. Malcolm X was more like he was trying to like working together with people and seeing their violences and always answering stuff. And Martin Luther King was getting towards that more like we might need to start doing a little extra than just people protesting. But what both men could see is that money and structure in the community was a major, major thing. Martin Luther King got killed when he started talking about money and coming together and all that type of stuff and jobs and like all. When he started talking about that structure, yeah, it's cool to be kumbaya and give them a couple of rights, but when you talk about the real power, that money and the structure, how we got this shit set up, that's when it's issues. And that's what we got to get prepared for, that step. Because when that step comes, that's when that real heat gonna come from the top levels. Like these cops on the bottom levels, but they make these moves because they got people in high places like Donald Trump making statements like he made and empowering them and empowering that hate. But they are on that bottom level with like they are middle class people or in this country. So they are on our level. They just happen to have power through these unions and through them people. Bro, we got to get that power. We got to get that structure. And we got to get this bulletin and come together as in one. Like the protesting shit cool. Like we got voices now and everybody know that and we have control. It's been months and months, and we still own it. Like, it's real, bro. Like, we really, the Bucks, after they protested, they got on the phone with the Wisconsin governor or whatever, and they talked about just well, the governor's name is Tony Evans or whatever, Evers, I'm sorry, excuse me, but they got on the phone with him and some other people and started talking about introducing a bill for real legislative change, and one of them is going to be police reform. So, like, that's a type of positive message, but we got to go beyond that and get our own people in office. Bowl season come, I know everybody voting or talking about voting and all that, and it is important in a way. It's very important. But they're going to come to the people with the money, because the people with the money going to have the real power. When the community that's really together and can really fuck your shit up, destroy your shit, like I'm talking about shut it down financially, if they in a one unit and decide not to put none of their money in there, the black community is going, because we spend out of the dollars, like we make that shit rain literally on this country. And this country ain't giving us enough for our dollar no more. So it's time to exit this strip club and find one that's better or build one of our own. And that's what I'm talking about. That's the shit that I'm on right now, man. So fuck all that respect shit. I don't need your respect, bro. You might not want to give me your respect, but I'm gonna take it. So I can do this friendly and we can just be cool and have respect, or you not gonna like me, but you gonna respect me and you not gonna fuck with me like you fucking with me right now though. Because you gonna square up and get these hands. I'm gonna touch you a few times, man. Like, I'm gonna touch you a few times. And then after we done with that and we had that little combo, then we can go our separate ways. But you're going to learn today, fam. And then that's what we got to get to. That's what we got to get to. And that's what I want my people to get to.
Just to let y'all know, he's not talking about me. He's just talking about these people.
Nah, bro, I got nothing but love for
we
you.
Did see
I got love for all my teams out here.
Did have that look like, yeah, I got my hands ready for you. I'm like, bro, no smoke.
No, my dude. You just ain't going to give up on the cause, though. I can't let you do that.
I'm not going to give up. It's like, I'm just telling people, like, I understand y'all are not the only ones. And honestly, we all in this together. We're going to move on together. So, yeah. But honestly, bro, like, we talked a lot for that. Like, honestly, I think we should just go ahead and end it off of that mode, because I honestly don't want to talk about the second part with that, because, like, honestly, this was just a really heavy subject in itself. And I honestly, the bullshit that led to this next part, we can go ahead and get on talking some other time, because I'm pretty sure after a while.
You got to talk about it, bro. Like, the only thing I just want to do is just let most people know about the incident that happened in Kenosha with the shooting with Carl Rittenhouse or Rudenhouse or whatever his name is. We ain't got to talk about it. I understand it, bro. Like, it's a heavy situation. A lot of people tired of dealing with it. And,
like I said, I feel like there's going to be more developing. Like,
it's not like, I already know what's going on or whatever. His situation a little different. He was being attacked, and then he shot at the people that were attacking.
Oh, fuck that. The nigga's 17 years old.
He's 17 years old. Yeah, that's true. But
what a fucking rifle.
But still, though, like, this is America. If he got a permit, I don't
know. No, the thing is, you have to be 18.
Oh.
And the nigga.
That state, you got to be 18?
And then where he was using it illegally, and then at the same time, the police didn't.
I feel that. It's like, that's all gonna be a problem.
This nigga went back home and literally got to go home that moment. Like, after he shot somebody, he went back home. Nobody ain't taking him in.
3 people killed too.
See, yeah, like I said, I don't even want to go into that, because, like, we just ended on a really high note. We brought the love in, all that stuff. So
it's whole spew, man. We ain't got to get into it. Like, this podcast already been going for well over an hour anyway. So, we could end this. But everybody know, if y'all don't know, just read up on the Carl Ruden situation. Man, let me say his name right so y'all can Google it. Rittenhouse or whatever. So y'all can Google up on that. About a 17-year-old kid had a military semi-automatic rifle, faces charges on first degree. intentional homicide. 2 people died. Happened on Tuesday night in Wisconsin. So, yeah, but we're going to end that on this note. And, yeah, I appreciate y'all for joining us again. All my people out there, man, y'all stay safe. Y'all stay healthy. Y'all keep the fight going. Don't lose hope. Don't lose faith. It might be next generation, but we got to build that foundation now for the next generation to have something better and have this really better. I'm not talking about just this symbolic shit. I'm talking about real change, laws, rules, law enforcement, all that. We got to build that foundation to start somewhere, man. And yeah, it's enough talking. Let's get it in. But I'm Mansa J.
Ronny Marcel.
Yeah, y'all know where y'all can find me. Ed Manson_JK. That's on Instagram and Twitter. Go to the website www.rawbrilliancemedia.com for more podcasts, articles, all that good stuff. My boy, tell them where they can find you one more time.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Ronny Marcel, RonnyMarcel.
And y'all got it, man. Let's get on up out of here, my boy. But yeah, that's a wrap, people, for Raw Brilliant. We're gonna catch y'all next time. We out this thing.
Till next time.
Yes, sir.